What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the King of Night Life podcast, hosted by myself, Soul Touch of the Poet, and my brother.
Son Soul Lex.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, 2022 is steam rolling. I mean, it is rocking. We already in February. You know what that means? It is Black History Month, African American History Month, or whatever you want to call it, however you feeling. But as you know, hit us up. All that social media, www.kingandilife.com. So next, what you got for the people?
Of course, you guys can reach out to us if you want to come on the show, if you got some topic ideas you want us to discuss, or if you want to come on and discuss them with us. You guys can reach us at KINGANDEYE369 at gmail.com. Again, that's King and I 369 at gmail.com. Again, if you guys want to reach out to us on our Instagram page, you can reach my brother at, what is it, Soul Toucher?
Soul Toucher, the poet underscore official.
All right. And you can reach me at Sun Solex 74.
All righty. Oh, yeah. And for y'all people out there, make sure y'all check out my personal YouTube channel because I am going to be dropping new poetry. Well, not new. Well, yeah, new poetry every day of the month. Cause I got a whole bunch of stuff that's in the vault that I gotta do something with. Too short to put in the book or whatever. But that's what I'm doing outside of holding it down with the King and I Life podcast. Me and my brother, my homie.
For sure.
So. Y'all already know how Sun Soul Lex feel about black people. But on the real, we gonna discuss this topic of Black History Month. I think for the most part, we have a lot of similar views, but we do have slightly different viewpoints of it.
Right.
So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it, man. What's up?
So, again, I just feel I can't represent myself as a black person. And I know people are like, that's crazy. What the hell are you talking about? Look black to me. But again, if you look up the law dictionary, um, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Definition of black. It has no legal standing within this nation that they call ours. So, if you have no legal standing by you calling yourself black, guess what? You pretty much are damn near non-existent. So you're pretty much saying I am black, but by law you have no legal leg to stand on. That's my take on it.
My question to you would be, as an American citizen who has rights, um, where what brings you to the conclusion that being called black, you have no legal footing in this country?
This is one of those things where I looked it up, right? Again, I'm asking people look up the Black Law Dictionary, and I wish I would have pulled it up for this particular occasion. But anyway, let me see if I can pull it up. Give me a second. Give me a second.
And bring your mic closer to you.
Just doing my own, again, research and not accepting what I've been taught. Um, in Black Law Dictionary, it basically, in a nutshell, don't quote me on it, but it comes down to saying, again, when you refer to yourself as black or black in general, it has no legal standing here. So I'm like, why would I represent myself saying that I'm black when I'm technically not fucking black? I'm brown or copper, or if you don't want to use that terminology, just call me an indigenous American. If that's too much for you, then call me Ebony. But call me anything other than motherfucking black. Sorry. And again, I'm not saying that to offend anyone. If you want to represent yourself by saying that you are a black person, go ahead. More power to you. But that's just not my cup of tea.
Okay, so the way I take that, and if I go off of what you're saying, and let's just say for the sake of conversation that that definition spreads all across the board. Um, that means white people have no legal footing, brown people have no footing, tan people have no footing, yellow people have no legal footing, um, and so on and so forth.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
It only refers to the color black.
but if you look at it that way, that's kind of saying because you are described as black that you are nothing. But in all actuality, regardless if you're called black, African American, Negro, or whatever the case may be, you still have legal footing in this country. No one can deprive you of your legal rights at all. Um, of course, there are situations where people try to obstruct your legal rights, but at the end of the day, no one can deny you of your legal rights or footing in this country or anywhere in the world for that matter.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at it, um, if you want to go sue somebody because they wronged you can go sue them. No one's going to sit there and say, "Oh, well, you're black, so you have no legal footing. You can't do this. You can't do that." Nobody's going to tell you that. Um, Nobody's going to tell you that you can't purchase a car because legally you can purchase a car. No one's going to tell you that you can't get married because legally you can get married. You, regardless of what you're being called, derogatory or not, you have full legal footing. So, I mean, I don't know.
But ask yourself, who gave us that name of black?
It, this is one of them things where um, it doesn't matter because this is something. This is a label that we have been carrying for hundreds or thousands of years, and at the end of the day, okay, so if we look back way, 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 way back in time, if we can, like if we had a crystal ball, uh, they, whoever came up with a way to to differentiate people by the color of their skin. Um, how we became to be labeled as black, I don't know. Do I look at we should have been labeled as brown? Because when I look at my skin is brown. So from that point, I get where you're coming from. And being that we've been called black, the blacks, for so long, it's like I don't even look at that as derogatory right now because white people are not white. They're just not white. So it's like again, it's one of them things to where it's like it don't matter. I mean, it matters, but it doesn't matter.
Um, I'm short on this one because I can't even pull it up on the damn internet right now, which is crazy to me. Why can't you pull up Black Law Dictionary, the term black? I can pull up every goddamn book that says black law and how much they're going for, which the cheapest one I see here is for $32.89. The most expensive one I see is $212. Um, but again, if someone wants to refer to themselves as that, cool. Do your thing, more power to you. But I refuse to let myself be called by something other than who I am. Meaning, you can call me indigenous, you can call me Niji, Niggie, I believe it is. You can call me brown, you can call me copper, you can even call me ebony. But I'm sorry, I can't allow myself to be attached to something that my people never called ourselves. Some did, but the ones who knew or had more information never referred to themselves as that. But again, to each their own. That's what you want to do. More power to you.
I guess I'm at this. I mean, to me, at damn near 50 years old, I think something like that is just water under the bridge for me, um, because it doesn't define who I am as a person. Um, I mean, if you really, if you really look at it, um, and I understand where you're coming from with it, um, but if you look at it from if you paint it with a broad brush, then there's a lot of things that you should not accept people to refer you as, um, because it kind of degrades what you stand for in your position. For instance, um, nobody should call you boy. Nobody should call you nigga. Um, Nobody should refer to you anything less than what you like. If you want to be labeled as indigenous, then nobody should use any type of slang to refer to you, describe you, or even get your attention. Is how I see it.
Um, Damn it, I can't find it. But anyway, the thing about it is the term African American. That was a term that was given to us by Jesse Jackson. He was the one who made that whole phrase popular.
That came before him.
But it really didn't get as popular until he started referring to us as that. Um, I totally disagree with even that African American motherfucker. I was born in Alabama. How the fuck am I African American? You don't even know where the hell you or your ancestors come from, but you telling me we come from Africa because somebody told you that shit in a book instead of you doing your own damn research? Go back and listen to Martin Luther King's earlier speeches. He's clearly telling you you didn't come from no damn Africa. But again, If you want to say you came from Africa, do your thing. You are more than welcome and free thought to think whatever the hell you want to. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's your choice by right. But again, I don't believe that there's not a piece of fiber in my body that tells me I come from somewhere else other than the land I'm on right now. Turtle Island. Just look up the term Turtle Island. But I don't get off it. I don't get off it. You know, I'm dropping too many bombs right now and shit. They might be knocking on my damn door here.
Oh my God. I swear, boy, you are hilarious. Um,
But let me
I
ask
look
you
at it
this.
like this.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Um, yes, you come from Alabama. That cannot be disputed. No way, no how. So, as far as we all know, born in the last, I'm just going to say the last 200 years.
Okay.
The last 200 years, because that I can fathom the last 200 years. Yes, we're from here. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. Last 200 years, we are from here. Martin Luther King Jr. cannot say with certainty where we're from. No one, no book, no published book. I don't think any published book can accurately say where you, the individual, are from. The only way we all of us of this skin complexion can have a slight clue of where our ancestors originated or whatever is to have trust to some degree and have some interest and open-minded attitude to do a DNA test because we all have DNA markers from wherever, like these people that we call white. They ain't from here. A lot of them can go back 200, 300, 400 years and trace their family lineage to Ireland, Germany, Poland, Romania, Italy, and all these other places. So I can't read a book or get online and search anything to say where I, my bloodline originates from. It's impossible. I can read a book and a book can say, yeah, well, this complexion of people were here, 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 and here. But ain't no book going to say that my bloodline specifically came from what area, whatever area on this planet. It's impossible. Impossible.
So how is it that every other nationality can trace their lineage back but us? I mean,
They can
don't
trace
don't
their
don't that
lineage.
seem kind of odd to you?
No, it doesn't seem odd. It doesn't
Okay.
seem odd at all. If you look at it like this, they have the luxury, I will say, of being able to retain, preserve, and accurately pass that information down generation to generation. There's nothing strange about that. We did not have that luxury. We did not have those means. So it's not strange to me. So if I know a Caucasian person who can trace their family back to Ireland and they can go back to 1857, let's just say, a lot of them have pictures, letters, and all type of stuff like that. We don't have that. Why? Because the way we were treated in this country. Period. So there's nothing strange about that to me.
So there's okay. I'll move on. I'll move on. I'll move on. Um, so how do you feel about Black History Month, though?
Um, I my personal feelings about it is I appreciate it. Um, I appreciate it because there is not too many races of people who have a whole month dedicated to their history. Now, there is the big argument, oh, they just give us a month and we this and we that and we this and we that. Okay, I hear you. But we have an entire month to celebrate, specifically celebrate our history. Yes, we have had people throughout do things all times of the year. Like somebody did something in June, somebody did something in December, October, November. Fine. But we have an entire month. What are your thoughts on it?
Uh, Honestly, I think everyone else should have one too. I mean, I think Italians should have a month. I think Caucasian people should have a month. I think the Indian people should have a month. I think everybody should have a month. If we have a month, everybody else should have a month.
His Native American Indians, they do have a month.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Hispanics have a month.
All right.
Um, I don't know if I don't think Italians have a month. I
I
don't
think they
think,
should.
but why?
Did
Why?
did Italian people not contribute to this country like the rest of us?
They contributed to this country like the rest of us, but they did not put forth the effort to want to be recognized in that way. That's the big difference between them and us specifically. That's the difference between uh, Irish Americans and us specifically.
Hmm. So they, even though they contributed, a lot to this country, they don't. No, don't recognize us. We're good. Why is
It
that?
wasn't an issue for them
So why is it an issue for us?
because of all that we had to overcome.
Did they not have to overcome stuff as well?
Not as much as us. They was the same color as the colonists.
Oh, okay. All right.
I
So,
mean, you have to look at it like this. We were oppressed. Native American Indians were oppressed. Um, Hispanics were oppressed. Um, Asians were oppressed. I don't know if there's an Asian American month, but I think it is. Don't quote me on that. But they were oppressed. So if you look at an Italian, they look like what we classify as white people or Caucasians. Um, the other people who I think should have fought for a month was Irish Americans because they were treated like straight shit back in the day. They were treated like us for the longest time.
hmm. Yeah, I just think that everybody deserves a month. Even Caucasian people, they deserve a month too.
Honestly, although we have a month and some other races have a month, I don't think, for me, I don't think it's that important for everyone to have a month. Um, and I'm sort of on the thing of and I'm not, and I'm talking within our culture.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's that important because no one, not many people in our culture actually appreciate, recognize, and celebrate our history properly anymore. Um, and then when you look on at it, for instance, um, there are a lot of people out there like you who don't want to be called black, don't want to be called African American, and this, that, and the other. So when you look at our culture as a whole, it's divided on so many levels that it kind of dilutes the whole purpose of Black History Month.
Uh, I'm trying to gather my thoughts here because I want to articulate this correctly without sounding like I'm, you know, just being a smart ass. But here's my thing, right? So, out of all the things we've contributed to this country, uh, meaning our inventions, um, the labor, the blood, sweat, and tears, all of those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though we were the only ones hung from trees and things of that nature, so they tell us.
We weren't the
Uh,
only ones. We were the ones mostly hung from trees.
but that's the thing. So you're telling us or promoting that we were treated like that, but in all actuality, we know that we weren't the only ones. We also know that we weren't the only supposed to be slaves here.
We
There
weren't.
were there were white slaves too.
Yes, it was.
So those people went through just as much struggle and BS as we did to a certain degree. So should they not be celebrated too?
I would venture to say no,
But why? They went through a whole lot too, though, didn't they?
bruh. You know what? Um, we gonna come back to this. Yo, we just get started. The King and I Life podcast. Myself, so touching forward, and my brother in this house.
Son so Lex up in her.
Yo, if you're checking this out on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit that bell notification, and definitely comment and go check it out on the audio side of that as well, and do vice versa. So, Sun Solex, you got anything else before we break out? Break out.
Yeah, man. We still got that cooking challenge coming up, and I'm probably gonna knock that out for you guys on Instagram this weekend. I got all my ingredients. I had to go home to Alabama and get what I needed, but I got it. So be
Oh
on the
Lord.
lookout for that.
All right, we'll be back.